Please support the Feral Druid army. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Meow. Yo, what's going on everybody? It's Olfis, and today I'm doing a video on rotation for Feral Druids in PvP. Going over the talents, Lunar Inspiration, Wild Charge, Mighty Bash, Jagged Wounds, Incarnation, Blood Talons, all those talents. Honor talents don't really matter, but you want to pick up Enraged Maim and Arena. Enraged Maim is amazing. You get a really good CC. I've been using it a lot. You can see in my 2v2 video that I posted last. It was just crazy being able to CC people, but also thorns. I have been having so much fun with thorns. I will, you know how you can see the target of a target, so I'll be attacking melee and battlegrounds. And if they're attacking me, I'll thorns myself, or if they're attacking somebody else, I'll thorns, whoever they're attacking. And it's just crazy to see how the health just lowers, because every time they hit with a melee attack, they lose 5% of their health, and it's awesome. So I'm enjoying thorns and Enraged Maim and everything else that's coming out. I can't wait to do a video on Malorn's Swiftness, because I have a couple ideas for that, because Malorn's Swiftness is pretty crazy, but that'll be for another day. So for the rotation, I'm not gonna go over exactly like what to do, because every situation is different. You're not gonna have the same situation when battling a mage or a DK or a monk, and not only that, you're also going to have different things come up, because PvP is very unpredictable. You don't know what's gonna happen. It's not like a boss fight where you can sit down and have one rotation that you cycle through the entire fight. So what I'm going to tell you is what are priorities, what you need to work on, what you need to watch out for, and what you need to do. So when you're going up against somebody, you want to watch out for their survivability abilities. Like let's say you're going after a monk. As soon as they pop Karma, it's kiting time. If you see a rogue and they pop Evasion, it's kiting time. Mainly because during Karma, you don't want to attack, because a lot of that damage will be pushed back onto you, and everyone knows what Karma looks like. It's that orange blue thing above your head and their head. And then Evasion, you won't be hitting the target, so you'll be hitting Rake, against a rogue, and you're gonna be like, why isn't my Rake applying, or why isn't my Shred hitting? That's because Evasion's on, and they got a large dodge chance, so they're missing a lot of abilities. So those are times where you want to run away. Survivability abilities kind of sounded weird. You got to run away, and you got to watch out for it. You don't want to waste your burst on these. Sometimes you want to wait to burst until after that. So sometimes I'll go in on a monk, I'll open up really strong, I'll get all my bleeds on there, Blood Talon bleeds, and power everything. A lot of the times you can pop a monk's Karma without popping, your Incarnation. So that's really good. And then once the Karma's done, once you kite, run away, heal up maybe, you come back in with that Incarnation. You have the ability to re-stealth because of Incarnation. You have the ability to stun them extra times because of Incarnation. And if you still have your Mighty Bash, you're in it for the win, That's one of the ways that you can beat people, is watching out for survivability spells. It's not just about DPSing, doing damage, and just hitting people, whacking them. You gotta be watching out for their abilities as well. Aside from that, you need to watch out for bursts, because bursts are important. If somebody's bursting you, hitting you hard, or coming in with a stun so that they can burst you, which a lot of the times monks do, you want to be able to trinket. So saving your trinket for those key moments is important. You need to be watching out for these and just being very careful. I know that a lot of the times when you're battling a Ret Paladin, if they get you in a Hammer of Justice, you're screwed, you're done. That's like a 5-6 second stun, right? And once you're in there and they're close enough to really get in and get a good, few good hits on you, they could take you down in an instant. So you need to watch out, not put yourself in these positions. You need to avoid these situations, and over time you'll figure out what is what, and practice does make perfect here. I've been spending a lot of time on Battlegrounds this week, and it's been a lot of fun. It's great to be back into the game and be playing like this again. So let's get into the rotation really quick. Let's talk a bit about bleeds, damage, burst, and all of that. So when you open up on a target, what I do is I'll go in with the Rake, Shred, Moonfire, all the way to 5 combo points. And what I can't decide is whether on the first go around, if I do not have Blood Talons, do I want to Ferocious Bite first, or do I want to Rip first? Because, you know, you're not going to have the Blood Talons available. So what I've been doing is I've been going in and Ferocious Biting most of the time before I go in my Rip, because that first 5 combo points that you use, so you're going to, you know, build up to the first 5 combo points, and you're going to get that, you know, finisher. So you're not going to have a Blood Talons for this one because it's the fresh first 5 combo points. But once you hit this one, you're going to get that clear casting for your regrowth, and you'll be able to do the next finisher with Blood Talons. So what I've been doing is, a lot of the times I'll go in with a Ferocious Bite because of the Honor talent. You know, if you pick the Honor talent for the 25% reduced damage or reduced health, it can be really good. Ferocious Wound. So what I'll do is I'll go the first 5 combo points, I'll Ferocious Wound. You know, I have my Moonfire, I've used a couple Shreds, and a Rake at this point, so I have a Rake and the Ferocious Wound on the target with the Moonfire. And then for the next set of combo points, I'll work in a couple Shreds, I'll Moonfire again, and once I'm at, when I'm 1 combo point away, or when I'm at 5 combo points away, I'll pop my Regrowth. And after I pop my Regrowth, I'll get my Blood Talons proc. So once you get the Blood Talons proc, you know, I'll go in and then I'll do my Rip. So at this point, we have our Ferocious Wound, we have our Moonfire dot, we have our Rake, and we have our Rip. And if you have 4 combo points and then you Regrowth, you want to do Rip, or Rake, and then Rip. So the 4th combo point Rake and then Rip. And they both will have Blood Talons on them, right? So after that is done, you're going to have a full set of Blood Talon bleeds with a Ferocious Wound. And then from there, I'll either switch a target, depending on how low it is. So if I'm in a Battleground, and, you know, Battlegrounds, you know, it could be a bunch of people hitting one target. So if I get this target down really close to dying, I'll just switch targets. I'll leave this guy with all my Blood Talons bleeds on him with the Ferocious Wound, everything, and I'll hit the next target up and start bleeding him. But if it's in an arena, I'll make sure to go around and hit him again with the bleeds. Sometimes what I'll do is, when I'm starting out, when I have my Blood Talons bleeds on there and everything's set up, like let's say I start out with a Rip and you know, scratch that. Okay, so like let's say I have my Blood Talons bleeds on there and I want to take this guy down. A lot of the times, like let's say he doesn't have Ferocious Wound on him yet, I'll go in, I'll get 2 combo points on the target, I'll use my Rake, my Moonfire, or my Shred to get 2 combo points, I'll use my Regrowth, and then I'll Ashmane's Frenzy to get that Blood Talons empowered Ashmane's Frenzy on the target, and then from there I will Ferocious Bite him with a Blood Talons Ferocious Bite, and these are some strong Ferocious Bites. I've seen them hit for 400,000 and 500,000, and it's just crazy. I'll see them just drop like flies. So once I get that Ashmane's Frenzy on there, I'll let it tick for about 1 or 2 seconds. Not on purpose, but by the time I do my Ferocious Bite, it'll be like 1 or 2 seconds. So I'll have the damage ticking from the Ashmane's Frenzy, the Rip that is empowered by Blood Talons, and the Rake that is empowered by Blood Talons. And then I'll just smack him with that Ferocious Bite. With the Ferocious Wound, it does a lot of damage, and you're going to take anybody down a lot of the times. 100% of the time, most of the time. So that is a very good way to set up for kills. Now, incapacitating targets, if you have Enraged Maim, using this is key. What I like to do is if I have Incarnation popped, I'll go into Stealth and I'll do a Rake stun on the target. For all of you who don't know, if you're in Incarnation and you pop into Stealth, because Stealth is active while you have Incarnation on, you can go into Stealth in combat. So you go into combat, you hit a Rake on a target. What I'll do is I'll Rake the target and stun them, see if they trinket it, and if they don't trinket it, you know, I'll either go in with a Mighty Bash if I'm really looking to CC, or an Enraged Maim, and I'll hit them with that 6-second Incapacitate, and it'll lock them up. So if I do that Rake stun and they don't trinket, I'll go in with the Mighty Bash, and if they sit it, I'll hit them with the Maim. If they trinket it, I'll hit them with the Maim anyway, and I'll still get an 8-second, 9, it'll be like an 8 to 13 second stun or CC, Incapacitate, you know. So you got that target locked up for quite a bit of time. So the reason why I go in with the Rake first is important. You know, you want to make sure that they're not going to trinket your your incapacitate, your maim, because your maim is a 6-second stun. You don't want them, if they're going to trinket your maim, you want to do Mighty Bash. If they're going to trinket your Mighty Bash, you want to hit them with the maim, you know, but hopefully they trinket your rake. That's what you're hoping for. A lot of the times they won't, but sometimes they will, and you'll get yourself in a very good situation, because when they trinket that rake, and if you see it, you can hit them with the Mighty Bash, and they'll have no way of getting out of the Mighty Bash. But not only that, you're going to hit them with the 6-second stun, or the 6-second incapacitate, for that full effect from that maim, and it is just amazing, and that's what you're going for. You want to lock them down as long as you can. The CC game in 7.1.5 is epic, and you need to get used to it. I've been using maim a lot more than I have in the last patch, and it's a lot of fun, so make sure you're utilizing that, and make sure you practice your rotation a bit. Not all rotations are the same. You're going to be running around doing all sorts of different things with different people, you know. In the perfect situation, you're going to have full blood talon bleeds and everything set up. A lot of the times, sometimes I'll open up with my rake stun. I'll work them in, get the 5 combo points. I'll hit them with the ferocious wound or the rip, and then I'll Mighty Bash them and work myself up to the second set of combo points and the second finisher before they're even out of their CC and their stuns. That is if they don't have a trinket, or if they trinket, you know, there's a lot of different factors that go into that. But if you can get that second finisher, you already got them halfway down in their health. You got them those fresh blood talon bleeds on them, and you're doing a good job. So that's pretty much it for the rotation video. I don't know what else to add into this. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will answer them. I'll probably make a video out of them. Who knows what I'll do. If you like this video, remember to leave a like. It does help out a lot. And subscribe and join the Feral Druid army. Alright guys, see you in the next video. I do appreciate you guys checking it out. Peace out.